How's everybody doing? And thanks for tuning in. This is Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, SUVs, cab and chassis, like this 2022 Ford Super Duty F250 cab chassis. It's got a reading body on the back, in case you were wondering. And what you're looking at right now, what's hitting you in the face as we speak, our 3-inch M-Power in amber white right there on the top of the grill, and our 16-inch Whelen Mini LED right on top of a drill-free mount mounted behind the cargo light. The only white-facing light on this particular build is right there in the grill. We went with an amber white. That pattern you're looking at is called Inner Cycle. One of those lights is also selected as alternate and color swap. I find that the Bluetooth programmer is the easiest way to program those. Otherwise, you'll use the tables. But that is Inner Cycle with one of the lights, color swap, and alternate color. Above that, you just have a fast flash single back and forth on the light bar. Here's a little closer shot of that grill. Now that's a 3M mount on the front of that grill, so you're going to want to use that 3M primer promoter, and you can extend those M-Power lights quite easily with a 22-5 into the inside of the vehicle. This particular truck that we're bundling up right here, this is an XL. This doesn't have auxiliary switches. So we're going to give you 25 feet of 22-5 to extend those two grill lights into the truck, make your connections right behind the switch on the left side of the dash. If you have auxiliary switches, just use that wire and extend right over to the auxiliary switches on the passenger fender well and connect there. We're also going to include a fuse kit for at the battery. You can go ahead and use that same fuse kit if you have an auxiliary switch as well. We're going to give you 25 feet of 16-2. That's going to run your fuse kit into the inside to the switch for your power and ground right from the battery. And as you can see in those badges, we have our all amber Thin-X. We're going to give you another 25 feet of 22-5 to extend that all amber Thin-X from the badges forward through the little plastic separator. We've got a video on exactly how to install those badges. I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to the video up right here. You run that wiring right underneath the hood, and you either redirect it inside to behind the switch to make your connections, or over to your auxiliary switch. So again, that's 25 feet of the 22-5 to extend those badges and to take care of that part of the install. Here you can see we just chose a 75 FPM alternation on those badges. I like to keep that alternation moving, and it keeps the badge lit up almost the whole time. Just one of my more frequently used patterns. Above it, you can see that drill-free mount and that light bar. We also got two different very nice videos. One about how to mount the light bar to the mount. We're going to link that right now as well. And we also have another video, and we're going to follow up after that link with how to mount the mount to the vehicle and how to get that wire from where that light bar is forward to your switch. We're going to go ahead and give you 25 feet of 18-3 for that light bar to extend that forward. It gives you a power, a ground, and a pattern. Now, I usually just tuck that pattern wire underneath the dashboard somewhere. You don't need to put in a pattern switch, but it's nice to have the wire up in the front of the truck in case you want to change the pattern on the light bar. Everything you need for the mount is included with it, so we don't have to give you anything except the wire and those videos to show you how to put it together. And this is one of my favorite parts of this video because I got to use some of my Raptors. I don't get to use these too often, but they're particularly well suited for a service body like this or any other heavy duty usage. It's a large light with a 180-degree lens, so you can get all the way off to the sides, as you can see here, and still get a good amount of warning from that light. I really do like this light as well because it has a stainless steel guard on the top and the bottom, which not only protects it from debris or impact up and down, but also from a bumping impact from the face of it. That stainless guard will help to keep the light itself from being crushed if you were to accidentally back into something. Now, to keep this vehicle total compliant, we went with an all amber flash pattern. You can select amber or white or combination of amber or white on these Raptor lights, and you might take a look at their baby sister, our Razor light. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link to that in the upper right corner now. But these Raptor lights are the bigger brother to that Razor and have all the same patterns. So if you wanted to combine a few of Raptors and Razors and synchronize them, they'll share the same pattern and behave the same way, no problem there. The coolest part about this build is we tied our flood white, which is a feature on that Raptor, into the reverse lighting on this truck just to give them a little bit of extra pop in the reverse. So as you can see, now I've popped the truck into reverse, the lights have gone steady. Now they'll work whether the emergency flashing is on or off. So anytime the truck's put in reverse, these lights are going to light up white and steady. If you have a service body, very easy to tie into the reverse circuit for the factory service body lights. Very easy to add this feature, and a lot of our lights have it. You might have that same feature in Thin-X, in our Lin 8, in our Razor, in our Thin-X strip, a whole bunch of lights. But on this particular truck, I like how it ties in with the roof bar, so if you did have your warning on, you didn't lose everything. The roof bar is still giving you 360 amber warning, nice and strong, as well as the badges. You can see what I mean right here in the badges. Now, the way I wired those Raptors, because they take just a little bit more power than the smaller lights, was with 18 gauge. I'm going to include 18.5, enough to get me from the dashboard switch down through the rubber grommet by the emergency brake cable, right along the driver's side frame rail and up to the driver's Raptor, where I then went down from there over to the passenger Raptor. We were able to go right underneath that reading badge, underneath the tailgate. There's a pass-through, so we basically just went straight down, straight over, and straight back up. So that'll be the 18-5 for your Raptor usage. We're also going to give you an assortment of different size heat shrink, some 1/8, some 3/16, and some 1/4, just to make your job a little bit easier to waterproof all of these connections. We're going to tie in a couple of bags of uninsulated butt connectors as well, so you can slide them underneath the heat shrink and use them to connect up all your wiring. This particular build, we went with a 3/4 all amber full illumination switch, but I'm going to leave that switch choice up to you. So if you prefer a red switch or a small dot switch, you can go ahead and make that selection. And then I'm just going to add the 3/4 switch to the package. You're going to need to provide your own Dymo label. If any of you are shopping for trucks on a parking and truck lot and you happen to see a sticker in the door jamb like this, chances are it's been through our shop. So if you happen to see any of our stickers out in the wild, send in a picture of them. We might just throw you back a prize. So, just to recap on this build a little bit, sorry about that earthquake. Just to recap on this build a little bit, we got our 2 Raptors in the back, we've got our light bar and our mount right in the middle on the top. We've got our 2 Thin-X in the badges in amber and our 2 M-Power amber whites in the front. 3/4 switch, fuse tap, bunch of wire, some heat shrink, and a couple of other odds and ends that you're going to need to put it together. Service bodies vary a little bit. You might have a Reading, you might have a Monroe, you might have a Knapheide. Make your own discretion. If your body is slightly different but you like the package, feel free to go ahead and adapt it to your needs. If you want to add a few side lights along the body right along here, feel free to go ahead and adapt them into the package as well. No problem to make the package custom for you. And as always, check the link in the description for a link to all these different products individually, as well as a link for the bundle. Do have to have some assembly required, and that's why we're giving you the heat shrink, and I'm trying to explain everything as far as how this truck goes together and how you might do the same on your own. Okay, so if you were inquiring to know a little bit more in-depth detail on this job, you could always reference job number 20693. But as I said, this is going to be in a bundle format, so you can go ahead and assemble it on your own vehicle if you like what you're looking at. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. Stay tuned to more custom videos for strobe lights for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, SUVs, and 2022 and newer Super Duty cab and chassis Ford F-250s just like this. Appreciate you guys watching. Drop a comment. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. Let me know if you like that reverse action as much as I did. And we'll see you on the next video. Job number 20693.